Welcome to ESO News. This is a broadcast that comes straight to you over at the 3 o'clock hour p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is going to be some sweet stuff. Getting in here for the third DLC. Are you guys ready? I'm super excited. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm not ready to go to sleep just yet. Have you learned how to? I'm trying to learn how to log in on some of the stuff too, and getting informed with Elder Scrolls. This is something that I absolutely love to get involved with in the system. Elder Scrolls is an absolute blessing. I'm going to take a look at the two different communication sites such as Facebook and Twitter here today, and is going to concentrate a little bit on Twitter. I'm a little more accustomed over into Facebook, but getting a little bit more accustomed over in Twitter is going to help us branch over into Tumblr. Now, over in ElderScrollsOnline.com, we don't have a lot of information for the communication sites that Tumblr holds. And so what we have to do is we have to kind of make a relation that Elder Scrolls is related in parts of Tumblr. As you can see here in the ElderScrollsOnline.com, both Facebook and Twitter are connected, along with the email to where you can transmit the daily login rewards here of the current month of February of 2024. Right now, this is the current picture that is being looked at. I'm going to go in here into Twitter right now, and I'm going to kind of show what this looks like on Twitter with the picture of the current month here, that we're having a problem with the coding issue of getting the picture over from both Facebook and Twitter, and all of our emails are not producing the generated information that it's supposed to. And this is going further into two of the codes. The one code that's being looked at right now is code 104 and also code 404. So what right here, this is over in Akazu's ESO, in which you guys can look over in Twitter if you are a Twitter user. If you're over on Facebook, we're looking to go over into Elder Scrolls VI as the place to communicate over in Facebook. I've done a little bit of homework over in the HTML. Over on Facebook, I'm going with LiveJournal, whereas over here in Twitter, going with one of the sites that I've created. And so what you guys can do is you can check out code 104 just by clicking on the button, and that will take you over into the site and branch over to ElderScrollsOnline.com, and that will take you back over into places like Twitter. And what you're seeing on the screen right now with the crown crates that are being presented and the possible pets that you will receive. The current day of what you will probably receive if you are a hardcore Elder Scrolls player, you are probably going to be receiving a Seals of Endeavor that you can get involved with in the game. I'm not understanding the Seals of Endeavor. It's like never. No, it's not never. But we gotta open up the box. And when we open up the box, you gotta look if there's any issues in there. And so code 104 is the issue that's being looked at. If code 104, it's one of the seals. You see what I'm saying? When you get further into the system and you look at like, what the heck are the Seals of Endeavor? Well, you can look at code 104, as you see on the screen here of Twitter. code 104 is the literal seal, whereas over in the game in game, the seals of Endeavor have to be studied a little bit further, where we understand how the seals are getting opened up. And looking over on the right hand side picture of the pets that we receive, we need those pets to bring back seals to us, where we can put back in the box, in the crown crates. As the new crown crates that are being presented to you guys are the Gloom Spore crown crates. They're a beautiful color, and also a color that is kind of related to the color you see on the screen that you're watching currently. I want to make sure you guys are logged in to whatever system you were looking at. There's a lot of channels that are open right now, and so I want you guys to make sure that you're logged in. Now, if you're in one specific place and you can see this broadcast, you are logged in and you can see this broadcast, you're doing a pretty good job. That will help us out further to where we see what's going on. Earlier on, when I was logging into Twitch, I've noticed the record keeping system is awesome inside of Twitch, and there's a current 120 million users that are online in Twitch right now. Those of you over in Twitch, get over and start chatting over on the channel here, so you can talk, and then you can say, "Hey, I'm related to those Facebook people," or "Hey, I'm related to those Twitter people." That's what the World Wide Web is for, is to communicate. And so if you want to be able to communicate, get logged in and get your device prepared. If you can't chat in your device, what I'm going to suggest for you guys is getting a simple Android cell phone that you can work with, to where you can chat on places like YouTube or Twitch. It's a very simple process. Also, you can chat over on Facebook. Yes, you can chat on Facebook. Not only that, you can discuss in Twitter. Is there a chat line in Twitter? Well, there's a lot of people who like to tweet. Tweet. So with that, I'm going to take a quick break, and hopefully you guys are learning a little bit more information of the current topic that's being discussed in Code 104, to where you guys can actually check out that. Hopefully you guys are getting more involved in LiveJournal over in Facebook, because LiveJournal is your to-go code going into Facebook and out of Facebook. Over on Twitter, this is the place right here that's talking about the boring Code 104. This is the place, just like over on Facebook with LiveJournal, this is the place you guys want to look inside in Twitter. You want to open up that crown crate to where we can get that picture into Elder Scrolls Online, to where we can send and receive information. Right now, I'm going to take a quick break. Hopefully you guys are having a good drive, and I'll be right back here with Okay, so I got the stray dog here along for the drive. The dog is doing well. It doesn't know where to drive. Yes, you're such a good stray dog. Okay, I'll take the wheel. Okay, so we're talking about. Wouldn't you like to have a pet dog, a pet animated dog? I would like my pet dog to be a pet animated dog inside of Elder Scrolls Online. That would be so much fun having the stray dog in in the new game coming up in the next chapter. Wouldn't you like to see the stray dog run around in the next chapter of Gold Road? A stray dog is related to the stray dog you might have known as Miko, or the other stray dogs. She's just like them. She's got that color gold. What a stray dog. So if you're looking at like what pet you're gonna get, what you're gonna open up with your crown crate when you log in, you try to make that special potion that you're trying to make during the day. Whether you're trying to make a tasty sweet roll, you don't want to eat my horse sweet roll, but you want to eat a consumable sweet roll. You might be thinking, why are you talking about sweet roll? I'm talking about sweet roll because we need running water, we need electricity to work. And getting this picture in is going to help us get that electricity running in our devices. Get our lights turned on. All from the daily login rewards of February of 2024. Still going to get in here right now into update 41 game. Let's kind of play this a little bit every once in a while. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the account button and going to see if logged in. Very interesting. Like I want to throw that dragon out of the crown crate. So the dragon come back and bring back one of those seals. And the Elder Scrolls kitty is coming in. Might be helping with the drive. As you can kind of see, this is going a little bit slower. Like if you hear my fingers typing, it goes a little bit slower from the screen from the typing. And we got to show a connection. And this is a great connection for us. These are just some minor connections that you guys see here in ElderScrollsOnline.com, which is Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, Twitch, and Epic Games. There's a lot more connections that have to be brought in, and these are just one of the few important connections that we deem necessary to bring a connection for you guys to where you can play Elder Scrolls. It's an awesome thing. We're having a little bit of issue in Skyrim right now, to where when we play the game, that's okay. The game plays, but then after stopping the game, Skyrim starts re-downloading in the system. I'm not for sure exactly why the game is re-downloading little bits of information. Quite possibly, in theory, this is going into the offline version of Skyblivion of what's going on. Come here, stray dog. Now, if you've been following what I've been talking about with the stray dog, is sometimes a stray dog gets what's called the nasty little things called fleas. And what I'm explaining, for us to get rid of the internet fleas, we're trying to fix the bug issues that are inside of the system. And with error code 104, this is going to help us fix the system, get the bugs out. This is an important thing for you guys to understand of what's going on here in the system here in ElderScrollsOnline.com. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to scroll down to where there are other linking positions that are available in the site, where this will show you guys more of a connection within the company. As you can see, Zos, Vesta, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Mac, and the Epic Games store is available for you guys to click on. What I want you guys to do, if you are further on in the system in Elder Scrolls for ESO, what I want you guys to do is log into your ElderScrollsOnline.com account, and also what I want you to do is I want you to click on the Vesta link. This is going to provide us a connection to where when we click on the links, it should go into just one page. So I'm going to look here over on your guys' screen to where you see the main page here of Vesta, and as we do, that's a great thing. So what I'm going to do here again is I'm going to log in again to Vesta. This is kind of a small little daily chore that has to be done. It goes a little bit further. What I have to do with Google Play, and we'll go into a little bit on Google Play on what's going on with Google Play, of why we're having issues in Google Play. Not having very many issues anymore in Google Play because those issues are being resolved right now. And hopefully go over and get into the weather segment of the broadcast. As you see, we have a connection with Vesta now. When you log in, you'll see your username that you have when you have created your Vesta account, if you have created a Vesta account before. If you're just a regular Elder Scrolls player, you're just going to want to be logged into your specific console that you're involved with, whether it's a PC, Macintosh, an Xbox, PlayStation, or a Steam, or an Epic Games account. We're now going over into Epic Games. It's more along the lines of a PC or a Macintosh account. Not for sure if Epic Games has a specific console, but that's a possibility. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the search button, and I'm going to type in Elder Scrolls Online. And we're going to get back over into ElderScrollsOnline.com. We want to show a connection, and we want to kind of go in, and we want the wires. We want the internal wires to be connected, so other people can be connected as well. When we show that we're connected, someone else can connect up with you. And so that's what I'm explaining, the importance of the login system. When you log into a minor system such as Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or Twitch, you want to make sure that you're logged in, and you want to make sure that you're logged into at least one site. So getting over here into ElderScrollsOnline.com, looks like the passage. Some call it the rite of passage. Some call it other things. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the account button again. As the game that I call this is the Update 41 game. This is a pretty easy thing to understand what the Update 41 game is. This is going to help us build the site a little bit better, because the site is connected to multiple networks, and we have to make sure that the complete network is fully functioning. When we don't have our accounts logged in, if we don't have, say, if we have an Epic Games console, we want to make sure that we're logged into the Epic Games console. So what I'm going to show here is we are logged into ElderScrollsOnline.com through Vesta, and what the site really here in ElderScrollsOnline.com is basically what's called Zos. And so Zos kind of takes over and takes care of the site here with ElderScrollsOnline.com to where we're showing a branched connection with Besta. This is an important thing for us, showing the branched connection between the com side and the net side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the Besta link again to see that we are connected with Besta. And we are. That's a really good thing. And so what I'm going to do here again is I'm going to click on the search button and I'm going to type in Elder Scrolls Online, and this is going to build us a online connection. Do you understand what I'm saying? You guys don't directly have to log in like what I'm doing. Now, if you want to make sure that you're logged in completely to Elder Scrolls Online, this is the passage route that you want to take. This gets very complicated inside of ElderScrollsOnline.com. So what I want to explain is this is creating those network branches for us. You want to make sure that you're paying in at least one spot inside of the internet. If you're not paying anything, you're not doing the system any good. Even if you're paying an internet service fee each month. So what I have to explain with your account in Elder Scrolls, if you have an Xbox console, just an Xbox console, you want to make sure that you're paying Xbox each month. It's about $14 or $15 a month, and the setup fee goes over into Elder Scrolls Test, where that will be a backing for you. And so what I have to explain a little bit further, there are a lot of fees. You don't have to pay for all of these fees. Hopefully one of these fees is getting ingrained in your brain to where you understand that you have to pay a monthly fee somewhere. And starting out with a setup fee, Elder Scrolls Test is a perfect place where you guys can get started on getting a setup fee. It's just like getting a router. You have to pay for a setup fee before you get on to the internet. And so in Elder Scrolls, going over to Elder Scrolls Test, that will be your first step. So got to explain that here right now to where this can get you guys connected further to where everyone makes money. That's what the next chapter is about. It's about making us some money and to where we can send the money back and forth. See what I'm saying? It's an important thing for us to be able to make money. And so with the next chapter coming up, Gold Road, that's a perfect example of the reason why we have to pay monthly fees. So I'm going to go over here, get ready for the live discussion that's going on. This is going to be a great thing. I'm just wondering what's going on inside of the discussion here, of the discussion, live discussion that's going on. What do we have going on? There are some combat and character discussions going on right now in Elder Scrolls Online. This is a great thing. Let's see here. So, and there's the group is talking about one sword and class. Let's see what goes on inside of the live discussion. Which class fit better? Templar Arcus or DK? I try all three and hard to choose. Sword and Child is usually associated with knighthood. So, Dragon Knight? If your question is which one is the best at tanking, then the answer is Dragon Knight. I am so focused on damage, like example healer DPS, 1 bar as 4 slots for damage and 1 slot for healing. But pretty much I have that exactly way of slot for all classes anyway. And that is the issue with tanking on DK, where to do less damage. And I know that with Arcanist, they do more damage, but reduce much protection. There's only so much ability you can fit into a character before things drop off in effectiveness. Even characters that are fully dedicated to a single role still have to pick and choose their setups. So being a DPS that heals while using a sword and shield is probably going to be so stretched that I assume the class isn't going to make a huge difference for the type of content you'd be able to do in the first place. I'm not proficient with many of the classes. But I'd say, yeah, you got to decide which role you want to lean into more to help you decide. Since you're focused on damage while still having healing abilities, I'd assume Arcanist or Templar is the better bet. I heard DKs can do really good damage right now, but I have never really been impressed with their class heals myself. So getting out of the discussion, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a quick break. Hopefully, if you've enjoyed the live discussion here on ElderScrollsOnline.com, I'll be right back. To the segment of we're gonna name a baby, a new baby in Elder Scrolls. Some sweet stuff. Do you want to name a new baby? Have a new baby name? This is going to raise some great things coming up here for new baby names. Oh, yeah. Getting ready. And we need a little bit of help every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we are getting a little bit of help coming in here. I don't see the help available just yet. Just yet. So quite possibly this is a Google Play thing going on inside for the system. Okay, so I don't see it on your guys' screen either. The question is, what is going on? With this. So I'm going to have to go over into Google Play again. I'm not for sure why ESO helper is not functioning. So what we have to do is we have to go do the little daily chores that have to be done inside of the system, and this is a lot. I'm not sure why My ESO helper is not functioning. Hmm. Hmm. On a baby name, that's going to be some sweet stuff. Getting a baby takes some time. It's not a white screen. Okay, so Google Play is slowly starting. Okay, so this looks like this is ready. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to type in Elder Scrolls. Let's see here what we have. And here's the little daily chore that I do to help run Google Play a little bit better. As you can see, the pending the loading. This is basic loading bar. There's nothing wrong with the system. It's just the way the system is. And so I'm going to click on here on Legends, and I'm going to press the cancel button, and this will kind of like burst cell bubble. You see what I'm saying? This is going to produce a little bit better of an effect for we have less lag. Now, when people go into accounts as unauthorized users, that's what really causes the lag problems that we see in the running systems and devices that we have in them. I'm going to click over here on UESP Wiki, and I'm going to press the cancel button on that, and it looks like that's good. It's going to be so fun when Castles comes. Right now, it's in the beta form, and once that comes out to where I can present that, that's going to be great. You guys are going to love Castles. It's meant for kids. As you can see, ESO helper was not having the loading bar issue. However, the apps that are inside of the device here, that is causing a problem. And so that might have been the issue that ESO helper, of the reason why ESO helper was not actually running properly. Okay, so this looks good now. And for those of you guys that are in Facebook that are watching, this is an important thing for you guys to buy, that shows a relationship between Facebook and other areas, such as relation to a connection to Elder Scrolls. Terraria is not a direct connection to Elder Scrolls. However, it is a direct connection for those of you in Facebook. So if you want to better your device, what I'm suggesting is for you guys to pay for a Terraria app, inside for your device. That will help your device run a little bit smoother, as some of the other apps that I'm presenting here today, of the ESO app and the ESO helper app. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go click out of the Google Play thingy. What are the thingy? And I'm going to go over into ESO helper. See if this gets us the screen that we desire. ESO helper, so we can see a new Elder Scrolls baby be born. Seeing a new name is always fun. We have kind of a gray screen, which is a good sign. All right, so this is a good thing, showing that we have the ESO helper app available here on the screen. That's coming in for you guys. You guys might not see it right away, but this is coming in, so this is a very good thing. I'm gonna go over to getting ready for us to create a new Elder Scrolls baby name. Might be a real life baby name. You never know. So in the game in Elder Scrolls, I play a Breton character, and so what I'm going to do here. Last time I did this, I chose a Breton female, and the Breton female name that came in was Elise. A question of why the app's not coming in on the screen. Not for sure why. So waiting for the app to generate. This is going to be a good thing to see the app actually generate on your guys' screen. Not only on my screen, but on your guys' screen as well. This is a really fun thing. Seeing the screen come alive. Okay, not for sure why this isn't going on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a quick break, and then when the screen does come on, I'll come back on the screen. Hopefully you're having a good drive. I will be right back. Just got back in here, and we are looking at furthering. We want a beacon. We're going to go over in the third DLC. Well, you can't just watch. You have to play. So finding out a place to play is a good indication. You're gonna start to get to know the game a little bit better. Well, when we have a little bit of zooming going on, this is a great thing. Starting out with the Mage Stone is a perfect place for you guys in Daggerfall Covenant to get involved with finding out where the pinpointed locations are in the third DLC. As you can see, this is the Mage Stone. This will increase your maximum magicka by 2028. By the time 2028 comes, the third DLC will be available for you guys to play. That is going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a quick break. The weather segment is going on right now of where we are going to go tonight in tonight's game in the third DLC. I will be right back. Just got back here and the weather segment of ESO News. I've been in here on what quite possibly might be the pinpointed location we're looking at on what we're going to be able to develop in Daggerfall Covenant. There's always territory issues. There's not territory issues, but there is some territory issues that are in the game. And looking in here on the pinpointed locations for the Mundus stones, will are the standing stones. Are they the Mundus stones or are they the standing stones? Some call them the standing stones. Some call them the Mundus stones. So finding out where your Mundus stone, where you can help guide yourself in the game on where you're going to go. That's an important thing to learn where the Mundus stones are. I call them the Mundus stones. They're kind of like the standing stones also because, well, they're standing still. This is a great thing for us to be developing inside of the game on what is called the mile gates. Here yesterday, I went over in the game and Ebonheart Pact was just stomping on Daggerfall Covenant. I'm not even joking. I thought the game was a goner. I thought it was like, wow. I was like, there's just nothing. Is everything destroyed? So looking in here on where we want to get over into the 2 mile gates that are being looked at. The first one that's being looked at, I'm just going to kind of concentrate on what I'm explaining for the mile gate, on how important the mile gates are. The mile gates are like the bridges. The bridges, two of the bridges looked like they were destroyed, and looks like what happened to the bridges is they turned into the mile gates. In the game, it's in the ESO. It's very important for us to know where the information is. Last night, I had communicated the message that Applewood Dolmen was moving in different places. The company was inside, and what they're looking for is to put that dolmen in a specific place inside of ESO. And so when we're looking at the Applewood dolmen, we're kind of looking at the area here in the mountainous area of Skyblivion. When you look at getting over to this area, you've got to learn where your area is, whether you're in the Ebonheart Pact territory or whether you're over in the Daggerfall Covenant area or whether you're over in the Aldemary Dominion territory. So I can kind of pinpoint the locations here of what is kind of looks like the Aldemary Dominion. You can kind of see the little road lines right here of where this is kind of constitutes the Aldemary Dominion territory, where you see the Neben River, or what's some call the Larcius, where we have a connection. Right here. I'm going to look at the Larcius and the Neben River. Looks like we do have a connection, and we need the bridge to stay constant. This right here is where the Alessia Bridge is. When you look at this little pinpointed location, this is kind of where Castle Alessia is, and so we need the roads to work and to be stable for us to know where the locations are in the game. And it's a very delicate, sensitive process when we have the bridges completely destroyed. If we have those completely destroyed, we're not going to have a place to go. And so what I'm explaining with the Alessia Bridge is, let's keep it pristine. Right now, currently with the Alessia Bridge, it's pristine right now. I had rehabilitated the bridge over in the system, and so that's a really fun thing. As you might have seen the game played here last night, you might have seen the bridge built. Some of the alliances cannot get in and repair those bridges. So there's a little bit of a fight that I can see when other alliances, when they can't go into something, they kind of expect another alliance to rebuild something. And if the other alliance isn't rebuilding something that the alliance is supposed to, well, the other alliance gets a little upset and they go in and they just start destroying everything. Well, that's pretty much the obvious. And so looking over here, we want to make sure that we know our pinpointed location. For you guys in Daggerfall Coven, you want to make sure you know where the Mage Stone is. That's an important thing, whether you're going over to Lipsand Tarn or whether you're going over to the South High Rock Gate place or North High Rock Gate. I'm not sure why the company put it in as South and North High Rock Gate, but those are the two main bases of for the Alliance. Whereas over in the game, when you're looking at Aldemary Dominion, you're looking at the two places as right here and about right here is the two bases for the Aldemary Dominion Alliance. So as you can kind of see, Aldemary Dominion goes further up. I don't know the specific area because I don't go into the specific area too much. I'm kind of a scout that goes and scouts the information to where we can have better battles. And so an actual real fun thing to do that I do. And that's what you've got to find out what you're good at in the game and what you will be doing in the game. It's an important thing. So as we head over here to the east, we're looking more in the Ebonheart Pact territory, where Ebonheart Pact has, it kind of looks not so pretty. There's a lot of weeds when you go into Ebonheart Pact territory, and so going further on and scouting in those different areas is going to be really fun. What the company did here last night when Applewood Dolmen was being placed, I had discovered the dolmen. However, the dolmen was moved in a different place. So the dolmen was not directly placed just yet. The dolmen will be placed. It's kind of over by the Bruma and the little area in which the giants have kind of taken over. It looks like abandoned houses, and the giants are just standing around there, meandering over in the abandoned house area. And so if you guys want to find the Applewood Dolmen, that's a great place to get started for you guys over in Ebonheart Pact. That's a great place to get involved with the game on developing Sky Bolivian further. It's an awesome thing of what I was doing to develop and further grow the Mile Gate. It's called Horun Mile Gate. It was completely destroyed, and so I had to rebuild the Mile Gate a little bit. And what happens here when you don't know where things are, you want to make sure that you at least know where your pinpointed Mundus Stone is located, and in whatever fort, keep, or castle you stay in. We need more players to stay in specific keeps. If you want to call all of them, whether it's a fort, a castle, or a keep, we need all of the keeps to actually have players inside. And a perfect thing for you guys to understand is the guild that I have created. It's kind of up in this area over in Fort Dragonclaw, to where we are going to build upon the game. It's a basic pre-stage for linking up going in from Cyrodiil over into Skyrim. As you can kind of see in here in a larger scale of the Cyrodiil map, you can kind of see that this is the area here of Skyrim, right over here, and that's the goal to getting over to Skyrim here from Cyrodiil in the mountainous areas, and Fort Dragonclaw is one of those first steps. And for those of you guys that want to join Winter Snail, that's a perfect opportunity for us to develop the game further to where not only Daggerfall Covenant grows, but Ebonheart Pact and Aldemary Dominion also grow as well. That's an important thing. If you are in Ebonheart Pact or Daggerfall Covenant, you guys are gonna love going further. If you already don't play the game, you know what I'm talking about when in the snow forested areas of Skyblivion. You love going up into the snow parts of Skyblivion. I'm sure Aldemary Dominion is a little jealous that we get to walk the grounds over on in the snow forested areas of Skyblivion. I guarantee they're a little jealous. They're like, we're all the way in the south. We can't even go up. And they're like, when I was scouting over in the Aldemary Dominion territory, there are some beautiful forested areas in the Aldemary Dominion territory. They're absolutely beautiful. Now, the things that I'm seeing here that can grow in the game here is over to the northeast of here in Skyblivion. Those are the places that look like they can grow. The weeds are just kind of non appealing in the game. And what can be done? Those of you in Ebonheart Pact can definitely get involved by asking what you can do about getting the grass to grow inside of the game and making the graphics look a lot better. When I was scouting over in the Ebonheart Pact territory here earlier, it was just looked like the area was not being built upon. And so going over and finding the dolmen over in Applewood Dolmen, those of you in Ebonheart Pact, that's a perfect place to get involved to where you can get the grass to grow greener and the graphics looking more eye-pleasing. That's an important thing for us to understand when we get the dolmen placed in a specific place. That will be able to tell us where the pinpointed location is. Not only that, we'll be able to start getting the pinpointed locations of towns such as Scheidendal and a couple of other towns pinpointed in the game while we're playing and looking on the mapping system. Right over here, as you can kind of see, the only pinpointed locations are the Mundus stones, and that will be further developed here a little bit later on, as you guys might see some new stuff coming in here later on tonight. That's going to be a great thing. I was trying to grow the bridge after I had repaired the Alessia Bridge. I wasn't sure if it was last night or the night before, but Alessia Bridge has been built up. Those of you in Aldemary Dominion and Ebonheart Pact, you are going to love going across the Alessia Bridge. Those bridges, they cannot fully be developed for the purpose that we don't want guards guarding the bridges. There's been too many battles to where the bridges, the mile gates, have been destroyed because the things have been completely built up, and for some odd reason, I don't know why, when it's completely built up, I haven't seen it yet, but the assumption is that the guards come in, and then we have all sorts of problems. And so what I had done with the Alessia Bridge is I repaired it to almost a full effect. And when you go across the Alessia Bridge, you'll notice a difference from where you were traveling in the past over across the Alessia Bridge. You'll be able to tell the difference when you go across the Alessia Bridge. It's pristine right now. And that's the point of us when we look over to the side, when we see the other bridges that have been basically destroyed. And so what we want to do is we want to get into the game. I don't know if this is going to take going into the Imperial City dungeon and going throughout to where we can get further into the game. That's quite possibly a theory that has to be looked in here a little bit later on. For right now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to learn your Mundus Stone in whatever alliance you are in. For Daggerfall Covenant specifically, I want you guys to start learning where the Mage Stone is. So it's an important thing for you guys to understand where the Mage Stone is, because that's going to help you direct your path and where you're supposed to go. If you're battling over in Fort Elsewell, or whether you're trying to help over in Fort Dragonclaw, or whether you're trying to go over to Castle Roebuck. You know, like, where's Castle Roebuck? Well, Castle Roebuck is over where the elves are, where they're jealous of us walking over in the snow forested areas. For that, I'm going to take a quick break. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your drive today. Um, this is some really fun stuff. seen the new baby name in Elder Scrolls. This is be a fun getting involved more with the ESO helper showing up on the screen. Not for sure why this is not showing up on the screen. Now we got the music going. This is a really good thing, and we're waiting for this to come in. Not for sure why. Very interesting, but ESO helper is not showing on the screen. Not understanding why. So what I'm going to do here is getting ready until the segment is ending. The stream is ending at 5:30. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep ESO helper on here, and hopefully this comes on the screen for us. Right now I'm going to go off the screen, and hopefully we see ESO helper. Just got back in here. I'm seeing the issue. There are just some people that are logged into my account, and what has to happen is if they don't log out, well, it's gotta destroy the devices that are logged in. So I'm gonna go off the screen, and hopefully ESO helper does come on the screen, because when people are logged off of people's accounts they're not supposed to be in, the internet will get better. Okay, just about the segment is about over, and this is a sad thing to say, but what I have to do is I'm gonna have to do this later tonight. 7 o'clock, I'm gonna put ESO helper back on, and the longer this screen does not show up, the more devices are going to be destroyed. So if you are logged in to an account you're not supposed to be, what I suggest is you're going to have your device or all of your devices destroyed. That's a sad thing. When you have gone into an account in which you weren't supposed to, if you are one of those people, you're getting into more trouble. And what I'm suggesting is to just log off and don't log into another person's account. So the longer the screen goes on, the more devices are being destroyed. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's a sad thing to say, and hopefully that's not going to happen to you. But if you are one who has logged into another person's account, you're going to have your devices destroyed. So I'm going to go off of the screen here, and I will be back here later on. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your drive and have a good night.